Hello, I'm Anthony Scanio. I am the Chef de Cuisine here at Emeril's Delmonico. I am very proud both to be one of Emeril's chefs and to be chef here at Delmonico, representing its New Orleans Creole heritage and its legacy. We are fortunate here at Delmonico. Delmonico has been here since 1895. Originally opened by, I believe, by Anthony Commander, was related to the Commander's Palace family. Shortly thereafter, it was bought by the LaFrancas, by Anthony LaFranca. And he and his daughters ran it up until Emeril bought it. And they were, just like many New Orleans families, were a Sicilian-American family. So what we had here at Delmonico was you had a lot of old Creole standards, plus we brought in a lot of the Italian-American, Sicilian-American, what we now know as Creole Italian. They had that influence on the menu as well. Meanwhile, just like many old line restaurants in New Orleans, in the kitchen were African-Americans, and they brought their own touch to the food, their own Creole soul touch to the food. And so, old classic Creole restaurant that had this combination of classic French Creole, which also has a lot of Spanish in it. Just people doesn't think about it that way, but it very much has a lot of Spanish, probably just as much Spanish as French. It had a little bit of that. It had the Creole Italian. For instance, they had spaghetti bordelaise on the menu. They had spaghetti and meatballs. Had marinated olives as an antipasto. All these things. Plus, they had very much Creole soul. They had smothered chicken. Dishes like this. That kind of represents what, same token, what we're trying to do today at Delmonico. We can within a Creole restaurant, you can have classic French and Spanish Creole. You can have Creole Italian. You can have the kind of Creole soul as well.
Let's talk about the dish that you're going to prepare for us.
I would love to. The dish I'm going to prepare is an old New Orleans classic. You see it more at neighborhood restaurants because it is an old Sicilian American classic. It's Creole Italian. But what the dish is bargiolone. You say that's a strange word. What it means is an Italian word bargiol, or bragiola. It means rolled up piece of meat, right? Generally stuffed. One refers to big. Bargiolone, so it's a big rolled up piece of meat. And an interesting thing is also in Sicilian, it's known as Falsomagro, or Falsomagro in Sicilian, which means Falsomagro, false lean, false, magro being lean. So the idea is just, it's like a plain piece of meat, but then inside is a wondrous assortment of all kind of goodies in there. We have prosciutto, we have pancetta, we have pine nuts, raisins, garlic, diced provolone, grated pecorino cheese, toasted breadcrumbs, lots of basil. And you gotta have the boiled egg inside. That's very much a New Orleans classic too. They gotta have the boiled egg inside the bargiolone. We have the boiled egg, we chop it up. I think it makes it a little bit more uniform and allows you to get a little more breadcrumb in there, which just gives you a nice moistness to it. So that's the dish we're doing. Generally, it's just long simmered in tomato. And after about 3 or 4 hours, the tomato doesn't taste like tomato anymore. It tastes like this wondrous alchemy of tomato and the meat and everything else that's in the garlic and everything, the cheese, everything else inside that bargiolone. And it just becomes what we know in New Orleans as red gravy. And in Italy, they might call it ragu, you know, or some other places might call it sauce, but we call it here red gravy because it's thick and it's hearty and it's delicious and it's comforting.
You can visit NewOrleansAllTheWayLive.com for a link to the menu at Emeril's Delmonico.